From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing is Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
25, check 25, check 25, check 43. Tighten up.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Here we go. 60 yards. Let's go, defense. Go. Slam. Shit. Hey, exit. On the ball. Yep. Ready.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
We got this. 70, Indy. Go. Check. Hey, lock it. Step.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Ready, break. Leo. Alert 3.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still zeros. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On second down, it's Washington, and he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
Check, 47. You better be.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And an alley to run. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
He's coming.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Block now to throw. Gets it to Gordon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey!
Let's go right here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But, hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got an open man, it's Washington. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Stafford. He's got his man, it's Kearse. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing again is Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay in the final seconds of the first half, and the Lions have taken the lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score Lions 7, Broncos 5. Matt Prater is the kickoff for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
For the Bronco field goal. A 51.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Delta. Yo,
From the gun on third down, Locke. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety. Go.
This is Gordon. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, here's Locke. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
Right there. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And the kick here, no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at halftime. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Alert!
After the sack on first down, Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Now.
They go back to Reddick. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Reddick. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Check three. Say. Watch twist.
Reddick with a carry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, I 7.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And McManus had a little too much slice on it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They'll start the drive with Washington. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. On first, here's Washington. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Boy, D-line tearing that ass up.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Looking downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down,
Set, 280. Check my 47. Hey, pick your game.
Now Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2.
Strip that ball. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. 32. 5. Check, 47.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
the Broncos take over
Let's win. Let's
at
go.
their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, he wants to run the ball.
On the set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Locke, flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Washington's got it. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Riddick. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
15 line. Hey.
Hey, switch gears.
Hey, Charlie.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
I'm going back to you.
Hey, Alpha.
47's the mic.
They snap it to Stafford. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
What are y'all doing? Bro.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. There's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand,